Hello everyone, happy Monday and welcome to this week's video. Today we're going to be doing Smash or Pass. This is a weekly series that I do here on this channel every Monday where we talk about the new fragrance releases and evaluate whether or not we like them based off of the information we're given, and we just play Smash or Pass. If this is your first time on this channel and you don't know my face, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. I talk about them here 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. I also publish additional videos on other social media platforms such as Instagram, but I am also on Red Note under the username ANECHKAFRAGRANCES. I do have quite a few thoughts about the whole TikTok situation, and I'm actually going to be doing a podcast episode on it on my podcast called The Fragrance Report. Since this is an ongoing thing, I'm going to be releasing that episode on YouTube on Wednesday, and you can also stream it on Spotify if you just search up the Fragrance Report, so that will be available this Wednesday. So yeah, there are quite a few new releases to talk about, so let's get into it. Okay, not gonna lie, I was feeling so conflicted about filming today because it's been such a tough week. Like, just not in terms of like me personally, just with everything going on around us. It's just been a bit intense, and I live in Washington, D.C. right now, so as you can imagine, everything is kind of circulating around politics at the moment, and that's literally right in my face, and it's just been an interesting situation. I'll probably talk about it more in my podcast episode on Wednesday because I usually don't like to talk about like these like personal things too much. I usually want to like keep this about fragrance, but sometimes personal life does come into the mix. But yeah, I am actually kind of like happy to sit down and film in front of you guys. Like this feels normal, so that's good. But yeah, so we have a new release from Killian. They are coming out with Angel's Share Paradis, and is going to be in the Extrait de Parfum concentration, and this takes inspiration from Hennessy Paradis, one of the world's finest aged spirits. And if you don't know, Killian Hennessy, the founder of Killian, is actually one of the Killian heirs. So there's like that little Easter egg for you. And I think that's kind of cool that he came out with this fragrance line that takes so much inspiration from fine spirits. So this particular perfume will have notes of raspberry liqueur and cognac at the top, a heart of Bulgarian rose, tonka bean, and oak moss, and then a base of praline, oak, and sandalwood. This sounds absolutely delicious. I don't know about you, but whenever I see raspberry, I just get like, I get interested. And raspberry liqueur sounds absolutely divine. So it looks like the cap, yeah, the cap is going to be like a wood material. And in general, I personally really do like the Killian look. I like the bottle design. I think it's really cool, and it's like very in keeping with the whole theme behind the brand. My favorite so far has been Old Fashioned by Killian. I don't own it. I actually don't own any of the Killians, but like that fragrance is on my wish list. Yeah, I definitely want to try this out in store. But essentially, this is inspired by, like I said, the cognac, but also it's supposed to represent an evolution of the original Angel's Share fragrance. So yes, essentially they are taking inspiration from cognac, particularly the oak barrels, which I think is why they have like that kind of like they have that wooden cap on the top. And they also are including oak moss, which is supposed to take inspiration from the oak barrels where cognac rests for years, absorbing the flavors of its surroundings. So this sounds absolutely delicious, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I really appreciate it when brands or when perfumes inspired by liquor or alcoholic drinks take into account the aromatics surrounding the alcohol, not just like the alcohol itself. I don't like fragrances that smell straight up like alcohol. I like something with a little bit more complexity. So this is a new Angel's Share flanker. What do you think about this one? Okay, so next up we have a new release by Ariana Grande. I think this is going to be pretty big. This is R.E.M's Cherry Eclipse. I posted a video, I think a few days ago. At this point, this was last week, where I talked about fragrance notes that I tend to avoid, and on that list was cherry. I don't know about you, but whenever I see a cherry fragrance note, I always proceed with caution a little bit because I'm always thinking like, I don't know if cherry is my thing anymore. Like sometimes cherry is done in particular ways that just seem so redundant. But I don't think cherry is going away anytime soon, unfortunately. But this is supposed to combine black cherry and marshmallow meringue, which sounds promising. But yeah, we have sugared honeysuckle and black cherry at the top, a heart of jasmine and whipped marshmallow, and then a base of amber and musk. Like I said, this sounds promising. This could be something cool. I'm not sure. I think it's definitely going to be like that, you know, like the quintessential celebrity scent, like the sweet thing. I think that's what they're going for with this, like that sweet, sugary, gourmand aspect that we've seen in celebrity fragrances for years. So I definitely think that's what they're going for here. I would like maybe a more refined marshmallow, similar to Kayali's Yum Bougie Marshmallow. I think that's like one of my favorites renditions of the marshmallow note in fragrances so far. But I don't think they're going for that. I feel like it's just gonna be, yeah, like a Britney Spears fantasy kind of sweetness made with marshmallow. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about this one, but I will be trying this out in store. We have a new launch by Bulgari's private collection. This is called La Gemme Amunai, and this is supposed to be a unisex fragrance. It's already available, and it's supposed to feature key notes of black musks and jasmine absolute, and it's supposed to be like rather woody as well. So they're being a bit tight-lipped with the scent pyramid, clearly. Bulgari's private collection has been a bit intriguing, not gonna lie. And I think this is a fragrance that I definitely would like to try. So yeah, I'm actually excited about this. I'm not super familiar with the Bulgari fragrances, but I have been intrigued by them in the past. I've smelled them at counters, and I would like to try this one out. But yeah, so they have like the traditional matte black cylindrical bottle, like the predecessors to this fragrance, with gold accents around the neck, topped with a black cap with blue marble printing. So yeah, this looks promising. I can't really speak to Bulgari's fragrances in general, but I am intrigued about this one. Okay, so I saw this and I was very intrigued by this one as well. There are a lot of fragrances in this video that I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. Nothing like that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. But, you know, I feel like we're getting there. This is a new fragrance by Lancome. This is a flanker to La Nuit Trésor. This is La Nuit Trésor. This is La Nuit. This is La Nuit Trésor Vanille Noir, and this is a flanker. This is supposed to be a perfume with top notes of rose, a heart of bourbon vanilla, and then a base of oud. I'm intrigued by this and kind of excited. I've heard a lot of good things about Lancome's La Nuit Trésor. Of course, we haven't really heard as much about this line compared to the other Lancome offerings like La Vie Belle or the Idole line. I'm excited about this. I feel like vanilla is definitely not going away as a fragrance note. It's pretty much going to be here to stay as long as people keep buying vanilla fragrances. And while this is not going to be like a revolutionary vanilla, clearly, they are experimenting with some notes like oud that we've traditionally only really been seeing in niche or Eastern perfumes, and this time they're kind of incorporating it into like the mainstream, which I always think is promising, and I always appreciate seeing that. So this is something I am intrigued to try. So this is going to be an amber woody floral perfume. Okay, so new from Le Labo, this is going to be a eucalyptus, and I don't know about you, but Le Labo fragrances to me, they've never been like perfumes that I wanted to buy for myself, but I love smelling them on other people. This particular scent, Eucalyptus 20, is going to have notes of eucalyptus, cedarwood, red thyme, olibanum, labdanum, balsam, hyssop, and musk. So this is going to be a spicy, leathery, floral wait, no, not floral, kind of floral with a labdanum, sort of. So if you don't know, labdanum is a note that kind of like leans sometimes suede-like or like leathery to my nose. So I do love seeing labdanum in fragrances because it's kind of like an easier alternative to leather than straight up leather, for instance. So I am looking forward to trying this out, but like I said, Le Labo, just as a fragrance house, they're not usually something I'm like super excited about. I kind of think that they're a little bit overpriced for what they are, but the people that do wear Le Labo that I encounter just seem like very effortless and very elegant. But for me, I think that Le Labo is one of those fragrance lines that only really, not only, I don't want to make a generalization, but a lot of the times it works for people who are just looking to buy like one or two fragrances and that's it. I think people that consider themselves fragrance collectors are usually not going to go immediately for a Le Labo fragrance because they're kind of like their stuff is kind of redundant. I have to be honest. Like compared to the price of some other similar options, Le Labo for me is not worth it. But I can easily see someone who just likes their fragrances going for the fragrances because they're pretty straightforward, approachable. The aesthetic is very like pretty as well. But in general, I'm usually not going to go out of my way for the Labo fragrance. Next, we have a new designer released by Guerlain. This is from their private line, and this is going to be called Peche Mirage, and this is going to explore a chiaroscuro peach. So this is supposed to be a fluffy, leathery rendition of peach. This perfume has notes of peach, blackcurrant, and saffron at the top, a mid of osmanthus, and then a base of amber, leather, and sandalwood. Oh my gosh, I keep referencing that video from last week talking about the fragrance notes that I don't like because I feel like they're just appearing over and over in this video, like with the vanilla, with the peach, with the cherry, and I I mentioned in that video how I'm not a fan of boozy peach. And I think even though they're going for the leather in this, I feel like it's still going to be a boozy peach fragrance. So they're saying peach is at the heart of this new fragrance, reproduced here with melbatone, a molecule derived from green chemistry. It suggests both the texture of the flesh and the velvety, downy skin of the fruit, and it's supposed to be a luminous peach note meeting the darker side of leather. So hence the chiaroscuro element. So I don't know about you, but like to me that sounds like it would be like pretty a little bit too similar to like the boozy peach accord, and I'm just not a fan of that. That is completely personal preference. So if this is something that works for you, like obviously go for it. But for me, like this is probably gonna be something I would pass on in any way. I'm just not excited about this. Like I don't love boozy peaches. I like light peaches such as in Snif Me. I love that fragrance and it's kind of like peach skin with musk. I love that. But a boozy peach, not here for it. Next, we have a new release from Kayali. They are launching body mists for 3 of their fragrances, including Yum Pistachio Gelato, Love Fest Burning Cherry, and Vanilla 28. These are going to be limited edition only, available online, and they're going to be $45 each. Not going to lie, this is really exciting to me, and I'm actually kind of happy about this because I feel like Kayali fragrances, they're so popular, everyone loves them, yes, but sometimes I feel like their pricing is just a little bit too high, considering a lot of their fragrances don't last as long as I'd like them to. And we can have a debate about that in the comments. I don't care. This is my experience. Like, in my experience, those fragrances are pretty fleeting, and I feel like in that case, might as well just do them in a body spray. And that's why this is something really intriguing and exciting for me. If I had to choose, I would probably go for pistachio, the pistachio one, because I actually liked Yum Pistachio Gelato, but I don't think I liked it enough to actually go for the full-size bottle because I'm kind of iffy about the pistachio note. But for $45, I feel like I could easily go for this. I could just spray it in my hair and kind of layer it with other fragrances, which is what I think this is meant to be. I think this is a really good opportunity for them. And if they had the marshmallow one in the body mist, like I would get it like now, but they don't have it available in this one. I hope they kind of come out with the marshmallow one in the body mist format because I think that would be amazing. But for now, they have these 3. I'm actually really excited about this. And if you're a Kayali fan, or even if you're not, do you kind of find yourself converted by the opportunity of maybe being able to pay less money for a fragrance mist? Let me know. Alright, so I'm going to end it here. That's it for this video. Let me know, are there any fragrances from this video that you're particularly excited about? Or is there anything that you just want to pass on? Let me know. Let's share our thoughts in the comments and have a conversation about this. But as always, thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you found this enjoyable and useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.